U.S. troops here in Afghanistan. When asked if the military would be stretched too thin in the event of an attack on Iraq, General Myers said that the U.S. is capable of fighting a war on two fronts. John?
NBC's Patricia Sabga in Kabul. Patricia, thank you. President Bush made good on his promise to get a smallpox vaccination, receiving it today in his left arm before leaving the White House for Camp David. Doctors said there were no side effects, but a new poll shows Americans are confused about the disease and the vaccine. Joining us now is Dr. Sue Bailey, the former Assistant Secretary of Defense, who was in charge of protecting the military from biowarfare. She's also an NBC News analyst. Dr. Bailey, the president took the dramatic step of getting the smallpox vaccine today. Does this mean everyone should be vaccinated?
Well, it clearly does not. The president's showing confidence in this vaccine that he's ordering American troops to take because they could be at risk on the battlefield from an attack with smallpox. But that's not the case with most Americans, and so no, they should not be taking it at this point.
Again, we're told this is a very dangerous vaccine. How so?
This particular vaccine is an older type vaccine. It's the same one we used decades ago. And in fact, unlike the flu vaccine, which can't cause the flu, this is a live vaccine that could cause sort of a milder version of smallpox, which is actually cowpox, and therefore create disease or problems for the person taking it.
So if there is a smallpox outbreak, how prepared is the United States to distribute the vaccine?
Well, they're very prepared, and I think the president's also demonstrating that. America is going to protect itself. It has enough vaccine. If there were a case anywhere, probably in the world, but certainly in the Western Hemisphere, we would go ahead, I truly believe, and vaccinate Americans to protect them from possible terrorism, because we've not had a real case since 1977, and that would mean there was an intentional release of smallpox.
And who is at risk if the vaccine has to be distributed?
Well, unfortunately, there are about 50 million Americans that would be at risk and should not take it. That would be pregnant women, anybody with a weakened immune system, or a serious dermatologic disease like eczema.
All right, Dr. Sue Bailey. Dr. Bailey, thank you very much.
You're welcome, John.
Many of the American troops on assignment in the Persian Gulf will be getting or have already received the smallpox vaccine. Today, a show of force there. U.S. troops are conducting the largest live-fire exercise right on Iraq's border in Kuwait. NBC's David Bloom is there.
Today, under a hazy sun in the northern Kuwaiti desert, a dress rehearsal for perhaps the next Persian Gulf War. Abrams tanks firing high explosives and steel-penetrating rounds.